All right, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. How is everyone tonight? That was a little lackluster, I'm not going to lie. How is everyone tonight? Good? Awesome. The energy in this room is amazing. Some of the finest human beings on the planet are here. So many people involved with other nonprofits doing such great work in our community. It's wonderful to be back with you. This is my ninth Roots of Recovery event.
Holy cats.
It is such an honor as we celebrate a new chapter of care. That's our theme tonight for ETS and for the community. My name is Mark Wright. I'd like to introduce my co-MC. This is Tiernan Moderno. She's going to be co-MCing and raising money. She's going to be twisting your arms later, but she's awesome. She is a newcomer to the ETS family, but Tiernan is a local. She was born here in the Pacific Northwest. She's a passionate advocate for underrepresented voices, using her platform to champion equality and push for systemic change. So we know that she is in the right place tonight. Tiernan, it's great to have you here.
Thank you so much, Mark. Thank you. I'm delighted to be here with everyone tonight. Good evening. Folks, when I was first invited to join this evening, I was really thrilled because to me, and you don't always see this, but Evergreen Treatment Services is embodying the kind of compassion and consistency that really can make a difference in someone's life. And you know, I think this matters now today, perhaps more than ever, and it's really an honor to be a part of a community that's communicating and dedicated to the success of so many others. So thank you for having me. And I gotta say, I think, Mark, you undersold it a little. I'm gonna brag a little bit about my new friend Mark up here. So folks, most of you may know him from this event, this gala. And in case tonight is your first ETS gala, you should know that Mark has spent his career dedicated to community service and storytelling. Through his 35 years of journalism and time as evening news anchor at King 5, he was doing that for 35 years, contributing to community. But wait, folks, he's not done yet. Now he's scaling that storytelling impact through podcasting and coaching of our community leaders. One heck of a guy, Mark. Glad to be here with you.
Thank you, Tiernan. You are too kind.
I mean it.
I'm going to be reading off your iPad because my eyes cannot.
It's a little dark over there.
It's
Fair
a little
enough.
dark. You know, I had a chance to visit ETS's South King County Clinic last week, and I'm so glad that I did. I got a firsthand look at the work that ETS is doing. Nearly 1,000 people dealing with substance use disorder. Nearly 1,000 go to that clinic in Renton. When they walk in those doors, they are met with kindness and respect and compassion. But most of all, they see hope, sometimes for the first time in their lives. And they walk out of that clinic with a support system on their side and a comprehensive game plan to work toward their goals. When I asked the clinic manager, Rick, are you here tonight? Where's Rick? When I asked Rick, he has an amazing staff there, I said, what motivates you to come to work every day? He said, I'm motivated by the people who do the work here because we can change things. And I saw firsthand that they can and do change lives. I also talked with one of the intake counselors, Holly. I said, Holly, what's a good day look like for you? She said, Mark, every day's a good day here. She said, you want to know what a great day is? A great day is when one of our clients comes through the doors and marks the 1 month period of coming back. She said, because when they do that, their odds of winning go way up. That support that starts with day one, once it hits a month, it's just unbelievable. Those who've seen addiction up close and personal, like I have, know that addiction is an equal opportunity disease. I always get emotional at this part of the program. This coin here, one of my dad's friends gave to me at his funeral. 38 years of sobriety. Yeah. He was too sick from the cancer to go to a meeting to get his coin, but that coin signifies decades of mentoring other guys to help them stay sober. That act helped my dad stay sober. And I can't imagine what my life would be like or my childhood if my dad had kept drinking. The mission at ETS is to make sure people survive so they get that second chance. Sobriety and breaking addiction is a true gift. As we sit here tonight all dressed up, we know this is not glamorous work. It is gritty, it is heart-wrenching, and at times it brings us to our knees. But the fact that you are here tonight shows that you care about supporting people struggling with addiction in our community. We all know you can't pull yourself up by the bootstraps when you're dealing with a disease. So look around this room at the beautiful, amazing people who are gathering here for one reason, and that is to help their fellow human beings get their lives back and in the process make our community a better place to live. Give yourselves a round, please, for being here tonight.
Absolutely, folks. So tonight is also going to be a celebration. We're going to celebrate where ETS has been and where ETS is going to go. We are going to honor and celebrate the people ETS serves, and we are going to take action together because together, as we know, we can each do a little bit to make big change. We got to remember that. We have to remember that together we can really make some incredible impact. And next, doing just that, we'd like to welcome to the stage someone who is having incredible impact in his role as ETS board chair. Please give a warm welcome to Nathan Bays.
Thank you so much, Mark and Tiernan. I really appreciate you all so much. Hi, everyone. It's really a pleasure to be here with you tonight. My name is Nathan Bays, and I have the privilege of serving as the chair of the board of directors for ETS. ETS has asked that I start by reading this acknowledgement, so I'd like to do that first. ETS acknowledges the Puget Sound as the ancestral home and unceded ancestral territory of the Coast Salish people, who have been present on this land as its stewards since time immemorial. ETS further acknowledges that the enduring legacies of colonialism, violence, and cultural genocide have contributed to the disproportionate rates of homelessness and overdose deaths for our Indigenous community members. ETS remains committed to addressing these injustices by raising awareness, partnering with tribal communities and Native-led organizations, and providing direct support to our tribal community members. Thank you. Oh, that's fine. I wanted to start the evening by sharing with you all why, for me personally, ETS feels like a special organization, one that is worth celebrating and worth supporting. And for me, it really comes down to a what if. I come from a family that carries deep scars from addiction. And it's really intergenerational addiction that is present and lives in many of my very earliest memories, and surrounded me in a way that shaped how, as a kid growing up, I moved through the world, how I thought about myself, how I interacted with other people, and certainly how I experienced my family. And if I'm being honest, I probably carry some of that with me still today. And so, when I see ETS in action, so when I walk into the Renton Clinic and I am greeted with just kindness and warmth and made to feel so welcome just walking in the door. Or when I walk into the dispensary and I see the team there working so hard and with such overwhelming kindness to make sure that everyone who walks in the door, whether they are coming on their way to work early in the morning, they're coming on their way home, whether they are out and about and stopped by, or whether they made a special trip to the clinic, that they feel welcome and that they have access to the medication that they need to continue on their journey. Or when I go out with the REACH team, to see some of our most vulnerable community members, literally meeting them where they are, providing them with supplies, connecting them with resources, and showing them through action, things are hard right now, but you are loved, and you are worthy of dignity, and you're worthy of being cared for. When I see that in action, I can't help but wonder what if. What if, obviously circumstances were different, but what if someone like ETS had been there for my family when I was little? What would that have been like? How might things have been different? What if someone like ETS had been around? How might we have found better, different ways to heal from some of that scarring that we got? How might we have found ways to maybe help each other heal? We had some scary experiences together that changed us. And I wonder, what if someone like ETS had been around? Maybe we could have found a way around some of those experiences. And if we had found a way around those, what other experiences might we have had instead? And how would that have changed us as a family? And then, because this truly is intergenerational, then I think about my parents. And I think, well, what about when they were little kids? What if they'd had someone like ETS around? How might that have changed things for them? How might they have found ways to heal from some of the things they experienced? And if they had, how might that have changed their relationship to addiction? How might that have changed their relationship to parenting? It's impossible to know the answers to those questions. But what I do know is this. There are folks out there in our community right now, kids, parents, grandparents, co-workers, who years down the line will not have to ask what if, because ETS is out there doing the hard work right now, working to heal not just our community, not just the community we live in right now, the community in this room, the community right outside this building, but working to heal the community that we will live in years from now. Because I'm sure, I know it, I feel it in my heart, that the work they are doing will echo through generations. And I think that is special and worth celebrating, and so I am so thankful for all of you joining us here tonight. Thank you. Very kind. I want to thank all of you for being here. I'm just so glad to be here with you tonight. I do want to make a few special thank yous before we move forward. I'd like to thank, first off, I want to thank the event staff here who are working so hard. They're making sure that everyone has what they need, drinks, food. This is hard work, and I want to express gratitude for what they're doing. Please do share a kind word for them. Next, I want to thank the ETS staff who are present here tonight. If you all could stand up briefly to be recognized. You all are an inspiration, and we are so deeply grateful for how you bring so much dedication and heart to your work every day. Thank you for so much, everything that you do. Next, I'd like to thank my fellow board members. The ETS board is a volunteer board. You don't join the ETS board for fame and fortune. You join it because these folks are contributing their time and their expertise because they care about this organization, they care about the work it does, and above all, they care about the folks that it serves. So if my fellow board members could stand up briefly to be recognized, I'd appreciate it. And finally, we're very fortunate to be joined tonight by some folks who have a really profound effect on the organization's work and for whom we are deeply grateful. First, we're fortunate to be joined by two truly exceptional state legislators this evening. I first want to thank Washington State Representative Nicole Macri, and Washington State Senator Emily Alvarado. Representing King County, where the majority of our services are offered, we're so grateful to be joined by King County Prosecuting Attorney Lisa Mannion. It's also important, I think, to note that tonight is the first time, perhaps ever, that we have 5 current and former lead prosecutorial liaisons all in one room. ETS was a founding member of the LEAD partnership in 2011, and the collaborative spirit of the King County Prosecutor's Office has been instrumental in achieving such excellent program outcomes. If I could please ask the prosecutorial liaisons to stand and be recognized for your efforts. Thanks for all you do, and appreciate all of the effort from the prosecutor's office, the court staff, the judges, the public defenders who work on this system. Representing the City of Seattle, we're so deeply grateful to be joined by City of Seattle Councilmember Eddie Lin. And finally, deep gratitude for Seattle City Mayor Katie Wilson for being with us here tonight and offering to deliver a few remarks. Mayor Wilson has had a long-standing passion for creating real solutions to the crisis outside. She's thoughtfully built her knowledge, and as mayor, she's already taken great strides to make sure the city invests in real solutions to this crisis. Mayor Wilson has genuine compassion for the struggles faced by people living outside, and including the need for safety, for privacy, to be treated with dignity, and the need for food, water, and shelter. Time and again, Mayor Wilson has shown up to hear from people who are experiencing homelessness, not because there are cameras present, but because she genuinely cares to hear from them, to learn from them, and to know what they have to say. It is my profound honor to welcome Mayor Katie Wilson.
Thank you so much. And good evening. Good evening. Well, I'm so grateful, first of all, to be standing here as your mayor, and grateful to be with all of you tonight, to stand alongside so many people who are deeply committed to improving the lives of our neighbors. Evergreen Treatment Services is a key partner in addressing the intertwined crises of homelessness and behavioral health that we see on our streets every day. Your work is not abstract. It meets people exactly where they are, often in moments of crisis, and offers a path forward grounded in dignity and compassion. As our city continues to increase our investments in shelter and stabilization, it becomes even more critical that organizations like ETS are fully integrated into our care models, because this work has never been just about providing a bed for the night. It's about healing, it's about recovery, and it's about creating the conditions for people to rebuild their lives with real support behind them. Yes. And I admire this organization so much because I know that the staff at ETS understand that better than anyone. You know how to build trust with people who have been repeatedly let down by the systems that were supposed to help them. You form relationships with those who have been pushed to the margins and left without the support they deserve. And through that connection, you guide people through recovery, treatment, stabilization, and into long-term stability. And I know that that work is difficult. It's emotional, it's transformative, and it is absolutely essential to the progress that we are striving to make as a city. We cannot address homelessness without also addressing behavioral health. And we cannot address behavioral health without strong, compassionate, community-based partners like Evergreen Treatment Services. The model that you have built over so many years is rooted in relationship, care, and evidence-based support. And this is exactly the kind of approach that helps people, not only to move off the streets, but to move forward in their lives. So thank you for showing what real care looks like. Thank you for the respect that you show to every person who walks in through your doors. And thank you for being an indispensable partner in the work of building a healthier, more stable, and more hopeful Seattle for everyone. Thank you.
Okay, we have little housekeeping. Dessert dash envelopes on your table right now. Get your bids in now because we need to collect them. So if you have not put a bid in for the desserts, and there are some amazing desserts out there, please do so now. We're going to have the volunteers come around and collect those in just a minute. Mayor Wilson, thank you so much for your support and for the other city and state officials who are here. It does take a village. You know, so much of the magic of this organization, of course, is the people who work for ETS. Next, we have a special video from former ETS Executive Director Ron Jackson with a tribute to 4 ETS staff members who've made a tremendous difference for 150 combined years. Take a look.
Hi everybody, I'm Ron Jackson and I had the privilege of being ETS's Executive Director for 33 years, from the late 1970s to the early 2010s. That put me in the position of hiring and working closely with each of the 4 folks we're celebrating today. I'd like to thank Steve for giving me the opportunity to pay tribute to them in a few brief remarks. As you know, the lifeblood of any business is in the character of the people who work there. This is particularly true when that business is a human services provider whose mission it is to help people in need. To be successful in that mission, the agency needs to have professionals who are compassionate, steadfast, patient, reliable, and hardworking. These 4 fine individuals are the personification of such values and have been essential in the delivery of care to our patients and clients. Now, a little about each one of them, and I do have a time limit. When we were awarded the contract to provide case management services to people being served at the newly opening sobering center, I wasn't really sure how to go about doing that. I just knew that I wanted to take a harm reduction approach, compassionate pragmatism, as the late Dr. Alan Marlatt would describe it. So here comes Kelley, a chemical dependency treatment professional who understood and embraced that philosophy. The enormous success of REACH is attributable to the excellent work, leadership, mentoring, and staffing decisions made by her and Chloe Gale, whom I hired on the same day as Kelley. I needed to replace the previous staff psychiatrist who had moved on to another job. She had been at the agency when I got there. I was very concerned about my ability to find such a replacement, but thankfully, colleagues at the Seattle VA suggested Dr. Paul Grecken as a potentially good fit. As I said at Paul's retirement celebration, they were wrong. He was a perfect fit, both as a clinician and mentor, and then leader of the medical and dispensing staff as the agency's medical director. When I took over the agency, I had needed to do some serious house cleaning. As part of that effort, I needed to hire new counselors. Sue Bailey came for her interview, already highly recommended and with experience as a counselor in another methadone clinic. She too was a perfect fit and did many essential jobs at ETS, intake assessments, running the reception desk, all of which she did with persistent goodwill. She was such a valuable worker that when we opened our clinic in Olympia, I asked her to work down there for a while to make sure that the things were on track. I don't think that South Sound Clinic would have survived those first few turbulent years without her efforts. Lastly, Carol Davidson. I really wanted another MSW on the counseling staff and was impressed with her educational and work experience. So I hired her. Little did I know what a rare jewel she was and how essential to the agency's operations and growth she would prove to be. When I could no longer serve as the agency's treatment director, I promoted her into that job. She was far better at it than I was. Carol was a tireless clinician and mentor to many counselors over her many decades at ETS. A calm presence in the many moments of crisis at the agency. She always kept the best interests of the patients as her guiding star. She gave her life to our agency and our work. I am profoundly appreciative and deeply grateful to all four of these wonderful people. Countless lives have been recovered and saved through their work. They have been a big part of the backbone of this agency for many, many years, and I will always hold them in my heart.
How about another round of applause for Ron and the work that he's done over his lifetime? Ron, you're amazing. Okay, Kelley, Sue, Carol, Paul, they are all here with us tonight. If you would please stand so we can recognize you. The four of you are part of the DNA of this organization, and you always will be. You're an inspiration to all of us, an example of dedication, loyalty, and courage, staying in the fight for people who use drugs during an incredible amount of change over the decades. We have such gratitude for each one of you. Thank you for the work that you've done. Let's keep the celebrations going. I'd like to invite ETS's 4 REACH directors to the stage now. Brandy Flood, Michelle Connolly, Karen Salinas, and Phoebe Fakadu. Please come to the stage. These 4 directors are carrying forward the vision that Kelley, Craig, and Chloe Gale have sustained for more than 30 years. That's right, folks. This is REACH's 30th anniversary. 30th anniversary. What started in 1996 as a 4-person outreach team connected with unhoused folks in Seattle, it has become a 155-person multidisciplinary team with a proven approach to walking alongside and healing. REACH now serves over 8,000 people a year, 8,000, and is leading the way with holistic, innovative ways to address homelessness in the region. It looks like our REACH directors have gotten settled. Let's take a look at one more video.
Okay, ready?
Ready.
Here we go. When did you know a unique REACH approach had formed?
I think the unique REACH approach is what the program's based on. So it wasn't like it came into being after we started with it. REACH was based on this pilot study that showed positive outcomes from providing individualized case management to folks that was harm reduction based. There was no requirement people be abstinent from substances and really address the needs.
For me, the uniqueness of our approach was that we started by learning from the people we were working with, and I don't think that's changed over our entire 30 years. I think that still every day it's about listening to the people that we're working with, having curiosity, and coming to understand what works for them, and then bringing that into the rest of the world.
I think you do a particularly good job of that because you take what you've learned from people and take it into the world and advocate for system change. And I've always loved that we've given voice to what is missing in the system or what the system has done to the people that we're serving, the most marginalized, the most left out, excluded. Those are our peeps, and we love them. What's kept you at ETS for 30 years?
It's the people. It's always been the people. It's the people that we connect with on the street. It's our staff that I learn from every day and inspire me, who continue to show up. Some days are really brutal. And I love the humor and the creativity and the passion and how people are willing to just constantly try new things and persist. What do you think is the special gift you have brought to REACH?
I don't think of it like the gift I've brought to REACH. I think of it the gift I've gotten from REACH. That essence of how important connection is to recovery, whatever that is for people. We heal together. What have REACH clients taught you?
You know, there are so many people that I work closely with really came into my heart, and I learned a lot of humor and resiliency. I learned so much about the world and the actual experience of so many people, and how the people that I engaged with on the street are really part of my family. So many of them aren't here anymore, but I keep them in my heart. What are your hopes for the next 30 years for REACH?
I would hope our services would be obsolete, rendered obsolete, that there wouldn't be a need for them, but I'm sure there will. What I'm inspired by is that we have an amazing staff, and in particular 4 incredible directors and they're all spectacular in their own way. And we'll take housing and outreach and community justice and integrated care forward. And I think they'll do amazing things that are beyond what I could conceive of. They already are.
Hello. I'm gonna try not to look into those lights. My name is Brandy Flood. I'm the Reach Director of Community Justice. Kelley and Chloe are two of the most fearless women that I know. I'm gonna get you. They embody two of my greatest quotes that I use to keep myself grounded in the hard work that we do at Reach. There are two quotes by my favorite author, Octavia Butler. Choose your leaders with wisdom and forethought, and the biggest talent is persistence. I have worked with these ladies for 14 years. In spite of difficult times, they have always remained steady. In the steadiness, they have built an organizational culture with an emphasis on collaboration that is unmatched and has allowed our work to remain radical. They have made the great decision to work at the intersection of extreme poverty, behavioral health, criminal justice, all in the name of achieving public safety for all. They have created an organizational culture that has stood the test of time and has allowed Reach to stay relevant, mission and vision driven during some of the hardest times in our American history. Through COVID, through racial uprising, and currently working within a very challenging government system that's designed to harm the folks that we love the most, that we fight for every day in our work. My grandmother, Ravella Flood, who was my very first teacher in harm reduction and radical hospitality, taught me, or said to me, there's gonna be a time in your life when you have to stand up for yourself. And I could hear her voice say, and baby, when you do, don't blink. My life has been forever changed by these two very fearless women, Kelley and Chloe. Two women who step up, stand out, and don't blink. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Michelle Conley, and I'm the Reach Director of Integrated Care. For more than 30 years, Reach has stayed remarkably true to its roots, and that is no accident. It's a reflection of leadership, of Kelley and Chloe's dedication, and of a collective commitment to doing this work differently. Reach was born from a hard truth, that traditional systems, however well-intentioned, often fail the very people they were meant to serve. At its core, Reach is about system change, not through theory, but through practice, by showing what actually works, by going to people rather than expecting them to come to us, by walking alongside those living outside, moving at the speed of trust, staying as long as it takes, and honoring that change happens incrementally over time. What's striking is that the principles that make Reach an outlier in social services are the same ones we recognize and know to be true in our own lives. When we feel shame, we don't heal in isolation. We heal when someone listens without judgment. When we want to change, but we fear we might fail, we look for people who will help us get back up and try again. When we are suffering, we seek comfort from those who truly know us. Reach is built on these simple human truths. Beyond meeting one's basic needs, it's about helping people be known. The work is not easy. The system and policy barriers are real. The trauma we witness takes a toll. And yet, there is so much joy here, There is humor that sustains us and an enduring sense of hope. Reach is made up of sacred, everyday moments that remind us of something essential. We belong to each other. And that accompaniment, showing up consistently and with a focus on the simple truths, can be transformative.
My name is Karen, and I'm the Reach Director of Outreach. When I think of outreach, I think of feet pounding trails in the woods, littered with evidence of human life, even in the most remote locations. Dark afternoons in the rain, talking to someone about the most formative moments of their life as cars speed by and people walk by them. And distant calls across clusters of tents. Outreach, anyone home? It's a remarkable gift to be able to make people feel at home, loved, and important when so much of the world only sees something to be fixed. This gift has been fostered by the mission of Reach to be a lifeline for the people we serve, to always reach out, bring you in, or hold space for each precious human that we see. Even if we can't solve everything else, we can always offer to be with you. This is the legacy Kelley and Chloe leave behind, and the culture we promise to carry forward.
My name is Phoebe Fakadu, and I'm the Reach Housing Director. When I think about Reach, I do not first think about programs, contracts, or systems. I think about people. I think about the moments that most people will never see, the quiet conversations on a sidewalk, the check-ins that happen again and again before trust is ever built, the time someone is in crisis, and instead of turning away, Reach leans in with patience, skills, and compassion. This is what has always stood out to me about Reach. We do not just respond to need, we respond to humanity. For 30 years, Reach has been willing to stand in the complexities of people's lives, to work with those who have been failed by so many systems, to keep showing up for people who are often told directly or indirectly that they are too much, too hard, too complicated, or too far gone. Reach has always said something different. We have said, you still matter. You are still worthy of care, and we will keep trying. What makes Reach so special is not just what we do, but how we do it. We lead with relationship, we lead with dignity, and we lead with the belief that real change takes time, trust, and the courage to meet people exactly where they are. And we do this work together. Across all of our work, Reach has built something deeply human, something that does not look away from struggle, but also never loses sight of possibility. That, to me, is the legacy of Reach. For 30 years, it has been such a place of resilience, of love and action, and of radical belief in people. And in a world that often asks us to harden ourselves, Reach has chosen, again and again, to stay connected, to stay courageous, and keep reaching. Reach's legacy is not just in what it has built over 30 years, it is in the lives that it has touched, the people it has refused to give up on, and the humanity it has protected along the way. That is what stands out to me, and that is what I believe is worth celebrating tonight. Thank you.
Well done. Thank you so much. Stay here, guys. Oh my gosh, I'm just blown away at you four. I want the Reach directors to stay on stage, if you could, because we want to give you a better visual idea of the impact that Reach has. I'd like to see all of our Reach staff members in the audience, if you could please stand at this time, and stay standing. Stay standing. If you've ever worked at Reach, please join them and stand and stay standing. If you've ever worked at Reach. If you've ever collaborated with Reach, please join them. Stand and stay standing. take a look at this. Oh my gosh. That is amazing. Okay, have a seat. Thank you so much. It really does take a village. Brandy, Michelle, Karen, Phoebe, thank you for the work that you do to make sure that people aren't forgotten. This is hard work, and you're willing to step up, and we are so grateful for all four of you. Thank you for being with us tonight. All right, Tiernan, I think we have some dessert to celebrate. This is a 30th birthday to celebrate after all.
A dirty 30, you say. What's that? Birthdays, you say. Celebration, you say. What else say you? Is there more to say?
Okay, yes, a little bit. A little birdie told me that we have another birthday to celebrate. ETS's Renton Clinic has been open for 10 years. This August. And if you had your picture taken at the booth, Tiernan and I met the woman who started that clinic 10 years ago. Where is she?
Yes.
I've forgotten her name. Please stand and be recognized. Where? Yeah, please stand up. Yep. So do we have any other folks from the Renton Clinic? If you are here, please stand. We'd love to recognize you. Again, almost 1,000 people are served at that location. Thank you for the work that you do. I think it's time for some dessert.
It's time for dessert, you guys. It's time to dash for dessert. I've been waiting for this all night. Who has been to a dessert dash before? Raise your hand for me. All right, a couple of you. Here is how this is going to work. Thank you, friends. We're going to bring the light up a little bit. In my hot little hand, I have the total you raised tonight. Can I get a little table drum roll, please? Tonight, together, collectively, as a group, you raised $15,935 on dessert, baby. That's dessert that does good. So here's what's gonna happen next. You need to select a dasher. Please dash responsibly with confidence. The desserts are back at the back corner of the hall now, over in the corner. So get your eyes on them, select your dasher. We are going to release your table in the order of who contributed the most, the second most, and on down the line. Now, while we're dashing responsibly, know that dessert dash happens fast. So listen up, because you will have fellow dashers on your heels. Kick off the heels if you are one who wears them. I highly recommend it. The only thing that's missing is a little extra sweetness to get this going. I don't know. DJ, can you pour some sugar on me?
I think there we go.
There we go. Folks, it is time to dash for dessert. Listen up, because the dasher dashing first, the table that raised the most money at $1,125 is table number 11. Table number 11, dash. Dash for dessert. Ah, young one, that's a good pick. Not to be outdone, coming in next, the table that raised $1,050, table number 34. If you want some more, now is the time to go. In case you have dietary restrictions, we do have extra nibbles available for you. Take a look at the table. Ask a volunteer for help. Up next, dashing for dessert is table number 20. Dash away. Dash away, 20, because coming in hot is table number 21 is next. Table 21. Dash for dessert, your neighbor. We've got a couple ties coming up here, folks. Next to dash is table number 5. If you're feeling alive, table number 5. After table 5, coming in hot, we've got table number 3. Just for me, table number 3. Look at that energy. She's up and after it. You gotta beat that, people. Next to dash is table number 31. Let's have some fun, table 31. After 31, we have table number 4. If you want some more. Will you do this? Table 22.
Okay. All right, next up, table 22. There they are, they're dashing. I love it. No one has shoved anyone down. This is perfect. Okay, table number 37, you're up next in the dessert dash. You good?
All right, I'm back. My whistle is wet. After table number 37, we've got table number 28. Dash for dessert. Table 28, if you're feeling great. Coming in hot on your heels is table number 14. If you're feeling seen, dash with some fancy. After table 14, we have table number 19. I don't have something clever to say for that. Get your dessert, table 19. Next, we have table 12 and table 8. Feeling great? Table 12, table 8. Look at that. That's a furious dash. Here she comes. After table 8 is table number 2 and table number 6. Table number 2 and table number 6. Dash away all. But wait, after 6, there's a 7. Table number 7, dash. After table 7, we've got table number 9, who's always looking fine. Table number 9, dash away. Still here to play, table 29 up next, followed by table 24, table 29, table 24. You want some more, Mark? I've got them. Next, we've got table 26. Don't pick up sticks, pick up dessert. Table 26, after 26 is table 10 and 23. Table number 10, table 23. Eyes on me, I mean dessert, go. Nice, I love it. Coming in next. What did I just say, Daz? Table 30 is gonna dash. 30, dash away. Followed by table 17. Dash for dessert, thank you. Dash for dessert. Coming up next is table 18 and table number 1. I think they're having fun. We like that one. After table 1 is table lucky number 13. Table 13 and table 32. That means you. Dash for dessert. We're bringing it home now, people. Don't worry, I know there's still good stuff there. Table 27. Table 16, dash for dessert. I love this energy. We're bringing it home now, folks. We've got table 16 and table 35. If you're feeling alive, get some dessert. Table 36 and table 15, you're up next. Get the goods. Go on, get them. And folks, our finale here is table number 38, feeling great, dash for dessert. In case you did not hear or I did not call your table for any reason, it's over there. Go get it. Choose wisely. Once again, $15,935 towards life-saving services, the best money spent on dessert, I dare say, that I've seen. There you have it.
Could I get the podium mic? Thank you. You guys are good dashers. I love it. And
Yeah,
those
they are.
desserts. Oh, my goodness. All right, as you get settled with your dessert, we're going to continue with the program. I'd love to, if I could get your attention, I want to introduce our next guest. So up next, I'd like to invite a familiar face to the podium. Steve Woolworth, ETS CEO. Yeah, Steve's got a lot of fans in the room for good reason. Steve is in his 7th year with the organization and has proven to be just the nimble and responsive leader that ETS has needed. I know I speak for a lot of people when I say that we're grateful for Steve's vision and stewardship of this organization. If I could have your attention, please. Does somebody have a fork and a glass?
Hey, folks, turn to the
Just
person
a
on your
little-
left and politely say, shh.
Thank you.
There we go.
When Steve took me through the Renton facility last week, I was really touched by the fact that he called everyone by their name, everyone who worked there, and has a deep connection to everyone in the organization. He's a special leader, one of the most kind, compassionate, and intelligent leaders that I know. And I've spent a lot of time with Steve over the past few years. Let's give it up for the CEO of ETS, Steve Woolworth.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your support. It's wonderful to see you. I want to start by talking about failure of leadership. What a failure of leadership looks like is allowing yourself to be slotted in as a speaker following a dessert dash. I want to thank all the speakers so far tonight, especially Mayor Wilson, who had to step out, but really appreciate her being here tonight and her remarks. It's probably apparent with tonight's theme of a new chapter of care that we are marking an organizational transition. We are, of course, very proud of our 53-year history, and as evidenced by tonight's program, deeply appreciative of the remarkable individuals who have made such significant contributions to it. But as we look back with gratitude, we look forward with a renewed determination and what we hope is a contagious sense of purpose about the strategic direction we are moving the organization. Our new chapter of care is emerging from the tough and trying road we have traveled, responding to the arrival of fentanyl, the effects of the pandemic, accelerated wealth inequality, and the crisis of affordability that stems from it, including increased homelessness and housing instability, and the myriad historical and systemic forces that have contributed to the human suffering and struggle that weighs heavily on our region. Just take it in for a minute, the last 10 years. In 2015, there were 324 fatal drug overdoses in King County, only 3 of which were linked to fentanyl. In 2023, there were 1,340 fatal drug overdoses, a 313% increase, of which nearly 1,100 involved fentanyl. That's a more than 36,000% increase in 8 years. In 2014, the King County point-in-time count identified nearly 9,300 people living unhoused, enough to have a state of emergency declared in the city and the county. But a decade later, in 2024, there were nearly 17,000 people living unhoused, an 82.6% increase in 10 years. Climb inside the story a little further, and what we see are even more troubling realities that undermine our region's liberal progressive brand. Overdose rates are 3.2 times higher for our African American neighbors and 1 to 1.5 times higher for our Hispanic and Native community members, which correlates with almost half of all drug overdoses deaths in King County occurring among those living unhoused or unstably housed. When it comes to alleviating human vulnerability, it's probably an understatement to say we have lost a lot of ground in a very short amount of time. This is what I meant last year when I said sometimes in the darkest moments of this work, it feels like the human need we are addressing is being produced faster than our ability to remedy it. Simply put, the architecture and infrastructure of our behavioral health, public health, and homeless systems was already struggling a decade ago. Today, it teeters on the edge, threatening to worsen existing social and economic inequalities. In the face of these conditions, we, like many of our partner organizations, have scrambled, stretched, and strove to keep people alive, to keep people safe, and to never stop believing that recovery and the promise of a better life is possible for anyone, anywhere. 2 consecutive years of declining overdose fatalities speak to our region's efforts to turn the tide. Moreover, Mayor Wilson's prioritization of a shelter surge, a collective all-hands-on-deck effort to bring everyone inside through the implementation and geographic distribution of emergency shelter sites, and County Executive Zahalai's Breaking the Cycle initiative focused on the improved refinement and coordination of our institutional systems and policies together offer new pathways forward, not only to reform our system architecture and infrastructure, but also to reinvigorate our moral commitment to one another. We are invested in the success of both of these initiatives. Such suffering and such loss in the shadow of so much affluence can never be normalized, nor accepted, nor excused. It is It has been in this context of multiple and seemingly perpetual crises that we started to re-envision how our organization could be more responsive and effective in delivering evidence-based care to those in need. The most visible example of our re-envisioning is the design and development of our Health and Recovery Campus on Airport Way South. As soon as the last World Cup game concludes, we will take down the building that once housed our Seattle clinic and begin clearing the site in preparation for groundbreaking in the fall. The first phase of our project will include 4 components integral to how we are advancing both mobile and place-based approaches to behavioral health care. First is our mobile medication unit station house, which will house 4 mobile units, some of which can provide treatment to up to 400 individuals per day. Every morning when dawn breaks, those station doors will roll up, and our treatment and motion teams will move out to literally meet people where they are, bringing evidence-based treatment to sidewalks, emergency shelter sites, permanent supportive housing facilities, or anywhere where the community beckons us to go. Through the work, we seek to expand access to care, as approximately 20 to 30% of individuals with active opioid use disorder are enrolled in treatment. Through our scaled mobile treatment program, we intend to change that. Second, our Welcome Center is where we will support new participants starting their recovery journeys. Informed by what our friends at the Recovery Cafe call radical hospitality, we will prioritize physical comfort in the space. With the opening of our Welcoming Center, we want our highest need participants, especially during the early weeks of treatment, to feel welcome and to belong. We need to find new ways to encourage, if not incentivize, our new participants to come back the next day and the day after that, as research into our work clearly shows that if participants stop showing up early in their treatment experience, there's a very strong probability they will not be coming back. So unlike our treatment and motion initiative, where our objective is to broaden access, with our Welcome Center, our primary goal is retention and care. Phase 1 of our Health and Recovery Campus will also include the construction of an 8-window dispensary where we can increase the number of nurses to serve our participants who come to our campus efficiently and effectively. And finally, Phase 1 will include an entire floor dedicated to the work of our care teams, consisting of medical providers, substance use disorder professionals, and case managers. Our care teams and the physical care pods designed to house them will expand greatly after the completion of Phase 2 in the second building on the campus, which you see here pictured on the screen. This building will also house the satellite primary care clinic operated by physicians from UW Medicine at Harborview, and is where we will expand our model of providing substance use disorder treatment, mental health care, and primary care in one location to better serve our participants. So what's the timeline? We hope to have Phase 1 completed by early 2028, if not sooner. How much is this phase going to cost? About $20 million, and we have already raised that much, primarily from our government partners. I want to give a special acknowledgement to our partners in the City of Seattle's Human Services Department, led by Director Tanya Kim, who was able to redirect millions of dollars in underspent community development block grant funds to our project, which alongside investments from King County, the state of Washington, and a congressionally direct spending request sponsored by Senator Maria Cantwell, all of which have been instrumental in moving this ambitious project from idea to implementation. While we expect to return to our government partners and request additional support for Phase 2 funding, we're going to need the help of the private sector. To date, we have raised just under $1 million, but our goal is far more ambitious. Starting this summer, our capital campaign team will begin organizing and mobilizing our community, which means all of you and everyone you know and everyone they know, and right on down the line. The faster we can raise money for phase 2, the sooner we can deliver the entire campus to a community needing to grow its capacity to effectively and compassionately deliver services and spaces that offer a real pathway to healing and recovery. Between our mobile and on-site services, we project our health and recovery campus being able to serve approximately 1,000 more people on average at any given time than we have in the past through the Seattle Clinic. The second component of our capital campaign will focus on anchoring our REACH division in a new flagship location, featuring enlarged street drop-in capacity and providing more adequate space to our integrated care, housing, community justice, and outreach teams. We also have plans for a modest expansion of our South King County Clinic in Renton, where we serve close to 1,000 people a day, as Mark said at the beginning. And we have goals to build on the work of the mobile care team we deploy every day from our South Sound Clinic in Olympia to the underserved communities of Shelton and beyond. Before I close, I want to be careful not to leave those of you new to us with the impression that we are a go-it-alone organization. In fact, nothing could be further from the truth. We could not do what we do and be who we are without the support and solidarity of a deep network of community partners, from coordinating care with DESC's Orca Center, to providing substance use disorder case management with the Chief Seattle Club, to collaborating with the Hepatitis Education Project to eliminate Hep C, to expanding our work in the LEAD partnership deeper into South King County, to implementing the Seattle Neighborhood Impact Framework in close collaboration with Purpose Dignity Action, the Ballard Alliance, the U-District Partnership, and others invested in improving public health and safety in local neighborhoods. And on, our partners and partnerships are critical to our work. With your support, I know we can keep writing the next chapter of care for ETS, our deserving participants in the broader Puget Sound region. Speaking of partnership, at this time, I would like to invite Felicia Salcedo and Christina Clayton from our Board of Directors up to the stage to recognize this year's Evergreen Community Partner Award recipient who has helped set the stage for the Health and Recovery Campus, where we'll be integrating primary care, mental health, and substance disorder treatment under one roof. Thank you again for being here tonight. Thank you for your partnership. Thank you for your support.
Thank you, Steve, and thank you to all of you for being here today. My name is Christina, and throughout my career in nonprofit behavioral health, I've always respected the commitment of ETS staff and leadership in our community. I'm honored to serve on ETS board at this exciting moment in the organization's history. ETS has always had the courage to respond to emerging needs despite all odds. They truly walk the walk, and as a result, they save lives every day. This dedicated group of people offers dignity to those they serve while providing practical, effective strategies. I'm inspired by its vision for a new chapter of care that will create even greater opportunities for healing and recovery.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. I'm Felicia. I joined the board to support the work of ETS after seeing firsthand the transformational impact the services that are provided can have on people struggling with addiction. I deeply appreciate the mission of ETS because it recognizes the important role our entire community plays in recovery for some of our most vulnerable neighbors. As Steve mentioned tonight, Christina and I have the honor to recognize a person who has made a remarkable impact on the people ETS serves.
We are excited to award Dr. Judith Tsui with this year's Evergreen Community Partner Award. Dr. Tsui is a professor of medicine at the University of Washington in the Division of General Internal Medicine and works in the Department of Medicine based at Harborview Medical Center. For more than 2 decades, her clinical practice and research have been devoted to improving the health and lives of people who use drugs. Specifically, she is focused on treating opioid use disorder and hepatitis C, and has been a champion of models that integrate care and lower barriers to accessing medication and primary care services. For example, she helped launch and now co-directs office-based opioid treatment programs at Harborview Medical Center. Dr. Tsui began partnering with Evergreen Treatment Services in 2015 when she helped start the Harborview Adult Medicine Satellite Primary Care Clinic at ETS. For nearly a decade, Dr. Tsui has provided primary care for ETS participants at the satellite clinic, helping them address their physical health while also addressing their substance use. Dr. Tsui has also led research initiatives to improve care and outcomes for people who use drugs, focusing on medications and innovative care delivery, models to treat and prevent substance use disorders and related comorbidities like hepatitis C and HIV. Her research has continuously been funded by the National Institutes of Health, which is no small feat these days, and has contributed to major shifts in clinical paradigms, including removing requirements for abstinence for hepatitis C treatment and creating new models of care delivery led by pharmacists to bring treatment directly to the hands of patients.
In addition to starting the primary care clinic and providing primary care services at ETS, Dr. Tsui has collaborated with ETS on research on subjects as diverse as how climate change and severe weather events impact people on opioid treatment programs. Also, to the feasibility of using mobile health technology to lessen the need for travel to opioid treatment programs. And to the treatment of hepatitis C for ETS and Harborview patients as part of a larger randomized clinical trial in 8 states. These collaborative studies with ETS have led to publications in countless academic journals and magazines. Somehow, Dr. Tsui also finds time to actively mentor students and junior faculty in a variety of capacities, and is the president-elect of the College for Problems of Drug Dependence, the oldest professional organization of addiction researchers in the US. ETS is beyond fortunate to have enjoyed such a long and robust partnership with Dr. Tsui that has had such a huge impact on the lives of many. Thanks to Judith, people have been able to address their health and improve their lives in tangible ways. We're incredibly thankful for her brilliance and her commitment to our mission, and for the collaborative spirit with which she carries out her work. Congratulations to Dr. Tsui on being the recipient of the 2026 Evergreen Community Partner Award. Please join us on stage.
Thank you. Those of you who know me know that I don't like to be in the spotlight, but this is an award that I feel so honored to receive from an organization of people that I have such immense respect for, that I know I had to overcome my shyness. So I see Evergreen Treatment Services as an organization that is much like the people who work there and the people it serves, scrappy and resilient. While many programs come and go, it has stayed a bedrock for providing services for people who struggle with substance use and housing instability. It is fearless and open to change and takes risks, including building partnerships with people like me to search for ways to innovate care delivery to improve the lives of people with substance use disorder. And for this, I'm extremely grateful. There are many people that I would like to acknowledge and thank tonight. First, I'd like to thank Molly Carney, former executive director of ETS, and Lisa Chu from Harborview, who responded to my initial request to start a satellite primary care clinic at Evergreen Treatment Services in 2015, which was the catalyst from a research study called the HERO study, which sought to bring hepatitis C treatment and cure to people who use drugs. There were so many people who made the study and the clinic a success. Paul Grecken, Michelle Peavy, who helped with clinic and study implementation, Dr. James, who helped me treat patients, the ETS medical providers who also facilitated treatment, Jackie, Bob, Marjorie, and our partners at the Hepatitis Education Project, Russ, and also from Kelley Ross Pharmacy. So I'd also like to acknowledge and thank the current leadership of ETS and Harborview, Steve Woolworth and Gitanjali Chunder, for sustaining and growing this vibrant partnership between Harborview and Evergreen Treatment Services. There are many, many successes to celebrate, but I'll just mention a few here. The fact that our primary care clinic weathered the pandemic and is still providing care to ETS patients with high medical needs. The fact that ETS serves as a very important site for training addiction medicine fellows and developing the next generation of physicians to care for people with substance use disorders. And also the fact that during these challenging times, we continue to be successful in securing grants to innovate care pathways. Examples include peer navigation for patients who are leaving the hospital on methadone, as well as remote video dosing to reduce travel demands. These partnerships reflect the hard work and commitment of many, many individuals in this room. Too many for me to name, or this speech would run over the 3 minutes I was allotted. So I'd also like to thank my family, Peter, Stella, and Agnes, who are here for their continued love and support. And I want to acknowledge my parents, Dan and Linda, who are in New Jersey. I am the product of my parents' hard work and perseverance. My father, who was born of illiterate parents in China and came to this country as an immigrant and a refugee in 1958, and 40 years later was awarded a Nobel Prize in physics. And my mother, who worked herself through college as a waitress, caring for 2 parents with alcohol use disorders, one who eventually succumbed to their disease. Finally, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge the ETS patients who have been my teachers along the way. One of the great privileges of being a physician scientist whose clinical work and research are aligned is that I have a direct line to the experts, people with lived experience. Allowing me to hear their stories has been one of the greatest gifts and joys in my career. For this, I feel truly blessed. And thank you again for this award. It means a great deal to me.
You can take a picture. You want to do a picture? Oh, sorry, Judy.
Man, on a good day, I can barely find my shoes in Dr. Tsui's families. Oh my gosh. Dr. Tsui, thank you so much for the work that you do, the lives that you're changing. Thank you. And also Felicia and Christina, what a lovely tribute. Okay, so This is going to be fun because now we're going to get a closer look at ETS's collaboration with Harborview. Take a look.
The fact is that I had a really good childhood. I was really a blessed kid. I had a lot of fun, and it was organized fun with acting as a child and the music as a child. Plus I played sports, basketball and baseball and soccer, and I was just busy all the time, so there was no way for me to get in trouble. You know, I just had stuff to do, and it was great. And it kind of got difficult for me in high school. I had some troubles and some traumatic stuff go on that led me to going into college early, and that's when drugs came into my life. I developed drug-induced schizophrenia, bipolar kind of surfaced really around the same time. It was like I was alone in the world. I didn't have any idea what was going on in my head. If it was ever going to get better again, I didn't know. And so that just made me cling to the drugs even more. I was losing my family, I was losing my things, my identity, my friends. What had seemed like it was doable was no longer doable. And I just found myself sad all the time because I couldn't control this demon. Being a junkie, you get sick. You get well, and then you're searching for your next fix, doing whatever it takes to get well. For me, that was going to Walmart and stealing stuff and then returning it and getting these gift cards and selling the gift cards to drug dealers. That's what I did to stay well. And that brought me to prison 3 times. And I felt really bad about myself when I got out of prison last time, and I said, Mom, I can't do it. I don't know what to do. You know, I said, I've heard of this methadone program that I really want to try out. And she said, okay, I'll support you. Morning, Rocky. Morning, Casey. How you doing today? Good. The day I got out of prison, I went to Evergreen. They have helped me get through my haze of addiction, into my treatment, to a level of balance where I'm at now, and it made me comfortable seeing a doctor again.
Casey's been a patient at Evergreen for many years, and I've been working with him for the past couple of years. He's a great guy, and he's done phenomenal work in his recovery. The beauty of having a satellite clinic here is that we have the backing of Harborview. So for example, with Casey, in addition to his opioid use disorder care that he's getting through ETS, I've worked with him for his benzodiazepine use disorder. And most recently, he's benzo-free. He's very excited about it. I'm very excited about it. I'm really proud of Casey.
Harborview and ETS have been collaborating for over 10 years now to provide primary care to our participants on site at the ETS clinic. Historically, specialty substance use disorder clinics have been really siloed from general medical care and even mental health care. We've realized and we've seen through this collaboration that it's really essential to offer holistic care in a place where patients are already coming, where they're comfortable, where they feel respected.
Evergreen and the Harborview doctors, they showed me the good that can come out of a treatment facility. You have your primary care there, you have your methadone care there, your counselors there. It's just an all-in-one inclusive clinic that really does want you to do well and want you to be the best person you can be.
I've come across some of the most beautiful people masking their beauty with their barriers to care just because they feel judged. So lifting that judgment really exposes their beauty. And I love being around beautiful people.
You know, right now my life is so good. I'm reconnected with my mom. The trust is building up again. I'm playing softball. I'm doing music again. I'm healthy with my medications. My mental health is on par. I see the light at the end of the tunnel of darkness, and I think I can come through the other side and be successful again, you know? That's where Evergreen's helped me a lot.
Folks, what stood out to me about Casey's story is it was incredibly inspiring and filled with hope. And folks, Casey's here with us tonight. So I'd like to say, absolutely, we'd like to say thank you. Thank you for sharing your story, because it is going to inspire so many more people and give them hope, which is oh so critical. We also, as you've heard, have some of the incredible folks from Harborview here who were featured in the video doing this incredible work. Can we give those folks an incredible round of applause as well? So between the ETS brick and mortar, the mobile clinics, and through Reach services, ETS is serving 13,000 people every year. More than that, more than 13,000 people. It's kind of hard to fathom when there's about, 300 to 500 of us in here right now. 13,000, but we don't have to fathom it because we can do something about it. Because if even one life is transformed, like Casey's, isn't that worth it? If it was someone in your family, your father, your mother, your sister, your best friend, isn't it worth it? Maybe there's someone in your life that came to mind or is coming to mind right now. There's also the people in our community that you may not know, the people you see living on the streets, the many people you don't see. They are all somebody's worth it. And this is worthy work. So let's join together tonight in community and do the most human thing we can do, give to one another in an act of love and empathy and for something greater than ourselves. And let's stand up for ourselves as well, as we heard the wisdom from a grandmother earlier. Folks, this is when we turn to you. This is our Raise the Paddle moment. This is our Raise the Paddle moment when you can contribute directly to this life-changing work. Table captains, please go ahead and grab the envelopes on your table. Locate your bid card. It looks like this. Fun fact, please make sure your bid card has your name on it, because we want to make sure you're contributing. For you, we encourage partnership, but for now, grab your bid card. Make sure you've got it. In fact, to prove it, this is the one time all night where it won't cost you money. Hold it high in the air for me so I can see if you've got your bid card. Hold it up, hold it up, hold it up, hold it up. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to start our level of giving at $10,000, and then we're going to work our way down through a couple different levels of giving. We are confident that there's a level that will be meaningful to everyone. If you came here with a level in mind tonight, I'd like to invite you to consider stretching a little further than maybe you had in mind when you think of the power of these stories, the power of the impact that this organization is having for all of our communities. Bidder number 580 says, yes, I want to contribute to this work and change someone's life. Thank you for your generosity. Anybody else at the $10,000 level? Thank you and thank you. Give it up for yourselves. All right, folks, the next level of giving is the $5,000 level. And hey, there's a theme here. We have another lead gift of $5,000 from our very good friend David Corey. He could not be here tonight, but he sent my friend Tavia a text and said, hey, I'm not there, but I want to give $5,000. It's that easy to give. Just text Tavia. And I see the energy's already happening. Joining him, bidder number 205 gives $5,000. Bidder 579 gives it $5,000. Anybody else at the $5,000 level? Do you want to give $5,000 again? Is that yes or no? Okay, fantastic. I love the energy. Just double checking. Anybody else at the $5,000 level tonight? Thank you so much for your generosity. We're going to keep this going. Our next level of giving, as it will say on your screen, is $2,500. $2,500 can provide the stability that's going to help someone take their next steps forward. Can anybody join us with a gift of $2,500 tonight? And we're off. Bidder number 436, thank you. Bidder 578, thank you. Bidder 422, right in front, thank you. Bidder 523, thank you. Bidder 547, thank you. And bidder 277, all at the $2,500 level. Thank you all. Anybody else? Beautiful. On we go. Our next level of giving. Hey, bidders, bid recorders, you ready for me? You listening? Hot. I like it. Is $1,000. And this $1,000 level has a little razzle with it. I don't know if you got the memo, but I like sparkles. And here's the sparkle we're talking about. We have a really generous challenge match. So the first 20 paddles in the air at $1,000 will be matched dollar for dollar, doubling the impact. Your $1,000 becomes $2,000, all for this incredible work. What do you think? What do you say? Who can join us tonight with a gift of $1,000? Looking for 20 paddles in the air, and we're off and going. Bidder 469. Bidder 234. Bidder 138. And bidder 403. Bidder 219 in the back. Bidder 203. Thank you. Bidder 251. Bidder 240. And bidder 462. If you put your paddle up, you get applause. Keep it going for them, people. Bidder 319. And bidder 468. Thank you. Bidder 256. Thank you. Bidder 297, bidder 354, bidder 386 has some shimmy, bidder 434, bidder 343, and bidder 342. Anybody else at the $1,000 level? People, we are almost there. We need 2 more gifts of $1,000 tonight to take full advantage of this challenge match. Maybe this is the level you've been waiting to stretch for all night. Is there anybody else who can join us with a gift of $1,000 tonight to impact this incredible work? Thank you so much for your generosity. Give yourselves a round of applause. All right, our next level of giving is $500. $500 says, I believe in this community and I want to be part of the solution. Who's joining us at the $500 level? Kicking us off, bidder 113, bidder 403, bidder 117, bidder 218, a bidder 356, a bidder 324, bidder 158, bidder 545, keep it going for him. Bidder 294, and bidder 423. But wait, there's more. Bidder 310, and bidder 296. Bidder 169 is feeling fine. Bidder 547, thank you. Bidder 383, thank you, I recognize you. Bidder 452. And bidder 412, this table's got the idea. Bidder 197, anybody else at the $500 level tonight? Give yourselves a round of applause. This is incredible. Okay, folks, we had some razzle before. Now it's time for dazzle. We have reached the levels of giving that include gems, and gems are dazzling. So here's how this is going to work. Identify, find this magical little flag at your table. Your table captains know where they are. So the $250, $150 levels, these next 3 levels, are going to be an opportunity to also give monthly. So if you would like to give monthly, give every month, gem. You will raise your bid card and this flag. That will indicate that you will become a monthly gem donor. If you would just like to give at the $250, $100, or $50 level, keep the flag down. That's all you got to do. So, if you would like to become a monthly member and contribute ongoing, which is really incredible and really helpful for staff and friends and all of the amazing people in this community, raise the flag, raise it high. Here we go, starting off at the $250 level. Who can join us with a gift or become a gem? I see bidder 355 and bidder 408 and bidder 516. Bidder 125, bidder 103, bidder 352, purple looks good on you, purple 351, bidder 347, bidder 133, bidder 407, and bidder 282. How we doing, recorders? Awesome. Coming over this way, bidder 530, thank you. Bidder 350, bidder 388, and number 168 gives twice at the $250 level. Thank you. Bidder 308, bidder 130, bidder 130, thank you. Hey, you, bidder 563, my friend. Bidder 475, thank you. Bidder 517, bidder 524. Bidder 238, bidder 102, where'd that applause go? Bidder 317, bidder 108, bidder 112, thank you. Bidder 418, this generosity is making me sweat, I love it. Bidder 174, bidder 339, and bidder 454. I saw another paddle in the center, but I think I'd already got you. Anybody else, as you watch me awkwardly undo the top? Mark, help, can you undo this for me? I need water. Thank you, darling. Thank you, appreciate you very much. Oh, such a nice friend. Thank you. Thank you. Give yourselves a round of applause, folks. $250 level. Next is the $100 level. Remember, if you would like to give every month as a gem, grab the flag and wave it high. If you'd like to contribute at the $100 level, put your paddle up, raise it high. Bidder 269, bidder 156, bidder 441, bidder 439, bidder 267, bidder 473. Be sure to put your paddle down when I say your number, or I will say it again. Bidder 228, bidder 370, bidder 153. Do we have bidder 439 in there, recorders? We do. We gotcha. We already gotcha. Thanks for checking. Bidder 176, 541, 221, bidder 320, bidder 156, bidder 474 in the back. Bidder 334, bidder 326, bidder 557, bidder 353. Thank you. Look at this generosity, people. Bidder 372, 128, 571, 254, 272, 559, and bidder 534. But wait, there's more. We're bringing it home, people. Bidder 292, bidder 323, bidder 212, bidder 411, all at the $100 level. I'm coming around. Bidder 410, 304, bidder 399, and I'm not sure if I got the one with the fan, my friend. Bidder 382. Thank you. Anybody else at the $100 level? Holy cats, folks. I love breaking news, and this is it. I wish I had a sound effect for it. We have just found out that we have an incredibly generous donor. Block Architects has agreed to contribute $1,000 if someone else can also raise their paddle at $1,000 so that we can take full advantage of the match. One, thank you to our friends for that incredible contribution. I'm motivated by it. Is there anyone else who can join us at the $1,000 level? One more paddle to take full advantage of that dollar for dollar match. Bidder 277 gives $1,000. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That right there is the power of community, and I gotta tell you, that doesn't happen at every event. So thank you all. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. All right, friends, we're at the final level of giving tonight, our final level of Raise the Paddle. And you know, I want to do it a little differently because you're so generous at that last level. We're going to do something, a little game I like to call Bid Card Roundup. It is exactly what it sounds like. So instead of raising your paddle, you're going to turn it in. Our volunteers are going to come around and collect your cards. Here's why, before we do that, if you also want to become a GEM member at the $50 level, your table captains have a handy sticker. Who doesn't like a sticker? Add this to your bid card before we come and collect it. So if you'd like to become a $50 Give Every Month member, add the sticker. We're going to come around and collect your cards because if you play a game, you need a prize. Here's why. We are going to do a drawing of these bid cards. Not only are you donating one more time, but you will be entered for a chance to win a Kraken home game of your choice next season. Folks, these tickets are in the lower bowl, section 11, and it includes a parking pass. Release the Kraken, I dare say. This is an incredible, generous gift from the Nathanson Family Foundation. Thank you so much. So, folks, please add a sticker if you'd like to give monthly and raise your paddle high to give at $50, one last level of giving, and be entered to do a drawing, which we will do right here from the stage as soon as I have all the paddles. So let's get a little music going here while we come around to collect all of these, and then we're going to do a drawing. All right, volunteers, go, go, go. Thank you so much. Folks, also while we're picking these up, just a reminder that if you raised your paddle without a flag or a sticker, it was just a one-time gift. You were not enrolled for a monthly gem if you did not raise a flag or stick a sticker. So otherwise, it was a one-time gift. And this is our final level, a one-time gift at $50 if you can. We will be so grateful. Bring them on up here. Okay. Will you collect them? Last chance, let's call. $50. $50 one-time gift, or add a sticker and contribute monthly, or just turn in your Paddle Sons sticker for one last $50 gift. Last chance. Come on up to the stage. Bring it on up to the stage, quick as you like. While we're doing that, while we're gathering that, folks, please give yourselves a round of applause. That was absolutely tremendous. If you'd like to make a donation by check, donor-advised fund, or a gift stock, talk to the folks at checkout. In case your employer matches the Microsofts, the Boeings, the other likes of the world, go to them on Monday and tell them all about the incredible work you did here tonight. There are also donation envelopes on your table, which you can drop off at registration in case there was a different level tonight that we didn't name that you would like to contribute. Thank you all so much. All right.
Okay. Can we get a couple of ETS staff members up here to help with the drawing? How about ETS's CFO, Donovan Lamb? Donovan, come on up. And VP of Policy and Strategy, Chloe Gale. You might remember her from the Chloe and Kelley show you saw earlier. So anybody else want to get in the raffle? Donovan, why don't you shuffle? And we'll have Chloe draw the winner.
It's easier if it's an actual card.
Yeah.
You're professional. Professional.
Okay, Chloe's going to draw the winner.
Not looking.
Oh, there it is. Chloe, come up and read the name.
Oh.
Right into the mic.
Hey. And the winner is Dana Tell. Oh.
That's great. Thanks, you guys. Donovan and Chloe, thanks, you guys. Thanks for being up here. And there is that. And I'm going to turn the mic over to you. But before I do, I'm so sorry. I asked for a teleprompter, and they said no. First, how about a big round of applause for Tiernan for being such an amazing auctioneer and paddle raise aficionado. Love your energy. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, I'm going to turn it over to you guys.
Thanks,
Come on
Al.
up.
Thank you, everyone. Well, thank you, Mark and Tiernan, tonight for being such excellent guides. We're here really to thank everyone. I think this has been really an amazing night, and I'm incredibly grateful for everyone's generosity this evening. Donovan, also, we want to speak a little bit more specifically to folks we're trying to thank. By the way, the lights are really shining directly in our eyes so we can see nothing, and thank goodness I brought my reading glasses. Go.
Chloe and I memorized this, so I just want to make sure you guys know.
Yeah, we're all good.
So Chloe and I would also want to thank everyone who helped pull off this event. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank our sponsors. Our iLife sponsors this year are Agency Software, Brettler Family Foundation, and Full Pull Wines.
Woo! Go, Paul.
Each of you has offered significant support. Thank you for making this event possible. This year we have a record of 29 event sponsors. We won't name them all, but take a look at the slide. If your company or organization is on the list, let's hear you.
Woo!
Your sponsorship demonstrates your commitment to social justice and compassion for people who use drugs. By investing in our work, you contribute to a safer, healthier, and more just world for all. Thank you again.
Yes, and I'm here to thank, first of all, our table captains, who are the heart and soul of this event and have really been our true ambassadors in making this happen. Let's give it up.
You've been champions for our mission, and you are the bridge to our neighbors who we know want to get involved in this work. You've gone the extra mile to connect everyone here. For those of you who are here who are meeting ETS for the first time, that may have been because of your table captain, thank you, but also I hope that that ignited a spark that makes you want to come back and stay connected with us. We will still be here. There are times when the stigma and the harm of the people that we work with feel very insurmountable. Seeing all of your faces tonight really helps us see that communities want to be connected. They want to invest in this work. And you are really here helping us build a web of support that carries us forward every day. I'm just going to get off the script that I can't really see, particularly now without my glasses, and say thank you to Kelley, because she has been my stalwart companion. Thank you, Kelley. And I would say the gift of having someone by your side for 30 years in incredibly hard work, who you know and trust and really believe in every single day, is how we stay moving forward. And I hope that all of you feel that connection here tonight. I hope there's someone here that brings you to this work. And thank you so much for all of your generosity tonight, everything that you've brought.
Last but definitely not least, we also want to thank you, our staff, and the volunteers who have been working tirelessly behind the scenes to make sure tonight is not only a good time, but that it's a meaningful and potent. I'm sure you agree that they hit the mark this year. Please give a round of applause for our event team. Thank you so much, guys, again.
Thanks, Donovan. Thanks, Chloe. Okay, we have.
You want to read with me here? You can see it a little
total.
better. You want to join me?
We have. Well, I better stick to here.
Oh, fair enough.
We
Fair
have,
enough.
Virtual drum roll on tables, please. All of you in this room tonight have raised $293,116. Thank you so much.
Absolutely incredible. What a night, folks. A few final messages from us. You don't have to go home yet. Stay, connect. It's rarer that we get a chance to connect as a community all together. We will also have more music from Push for Love. If you did sign up to be a GEM donor today, please stop by checkout so we can connect with you about setting up your monthly gift. If you have questions or special details on a donation, checkout is the place. If you work for a company that matches, don't forget to tell them all about the good stuff. And without further ado, that's our time. My name's Tiernan Moderno alongside Mark Wright.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy each other and have a great night.
Thanks for coming.